I just took this off my Fairdale 21 Taj. This is a 14-tooth DNP freewheel. Okay, I had to stand it up and get some leverage on it to get it off. But I just broke it free. I haven't taken it off yet. So these freewheels have an M30 threading. And the lowest you can go is 13 tooth. I know they make some, there's like some 12 tooth ones out there I saw on Amazon, but they got terrible reviews. They looked like complete junk. So there it is. There's the M30 threading. This is the DNP 14 tooth. And now I'm gonna set up the table and show you some differences between some different freewheels that I'm considering. 1/8, and I have 3 other freewheels here. I have another DNP. This is a 13 tooth M30, and these are 3/32. This is an Odyssey 13 tooth freewheel. And this is the ACS PAWS. These are all M30. And this is these 3 are all 13 tooth. And I think this one is, yeah, this one's 3/32 as well. So I'm gonna pick one of these to put on my bike, and I honestly haven't picked. I have not opened any of these, so we're gonna open them right now. These are the removal tools. This is the DNP. It has a little signature on the side. These freewheels have 8 splines, and this removal tool just came in a plastic bag. This is the Odyssey freewheel removal tool. It has 4 splines. It came in this bag here, and nothing else came with it. Okay, here's the Odyssey. And you can see there's 4 splines here. You can see how that removal tool fits perfectly in there. Show you the back of it. It should be an M30 threading, just all these should have the same threading. These should all thread onto my hub just fine. It's the Odyssey and the DNP 14 tooth. Okay, let me show you the DNP 13 tooth. So this Odyssey one was like 20 bucks. And I bought these from AliExpress, and these together were like 20 bucks. The removal tool by itself was like 6 or 7 bucks, and they had like a $1 off coupon. So this is the DNP one. I already showed the box in the last video, I think. Show it one more time. This Odyssey, I should have pointed this out. This one didn't come in a plastic bag, and there's not very much oil on the outside of it. This stock Freewheel that was on the bike has more oil than this Odyssey one. This DNP one in this bag, which I have not opened, I can tell in the bag that there's a lot of oil in there. And yeah, let's open this up. Okay, so this is the DNP 13 tooth. Back of it. I'm going to show it to you compared with the stock DNP that was on my bike, the 14 tooth. So this 13 tooth is 3/32, and this one is 1/8. So see if you can tell the difference between the size. And here's the last one. This is the ACS. This one was the most expensive. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Comes wrapped in a bag, and I can tell it's got a lot of oil in there, just like the 13 tooth DNP, this one. There it is. ACS M30. Looks most like this one, this DNP. I'm going to compare these two. Wow, they look really similar side by side. This is the ACS here, and this is the DNP. They look so similar that this outside part, I think it's the same. I think they use the same, they must get that from the same place. But the splines are different. You remember the DNP has an 8 spline tool. Odyssey Freewheel has a 4 spline tool. And the ACS, 6 spline tool. And I have not opened this yet. Comes in a little plastic bag in there. Looks like it's lightly oiled. Some grease on the bag, and you can see this one's kind of in between these two here. This one has 8, this one has 4, and this one has 6. Doesn't fit down in there as easy as the other ones, but I'm sure this is the right tool. Well, ACS gets a fail for their spline removal tool and the front of their freewheel, because they should have just used a 4 tooth. Like, this is the most common in the for freewheels is a 4 spline. So I'm trying to get this one down in here, and it's kind of fitting, but it's not level. It doesn't really want to go down in there. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. You can see there's 6 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should fit right down in here. But you have to kind of force it in there, and it doesn't feel level, and it really should be level so that you have a really good connection so you don't strip anything out. This thing does not want to go down in there. I don't know if you can tell that, but it's crooked. It's clearly not seated in there correctly. I'm going to show you the Odyssey now. It has a different sound. It feels a little tighter. Odyssey has a little bit different of a design. There's like a bevel right here. This one's definitely tighter. I don't feel any wiggle. Definitely feels sturdy. This is the ACS again. When you go to engage, I don't think the 3 pawls or the 2 pawls make much of a difference, honestly. They seem to engage just as fast. This is the DNP 13 tooth. Oh, this one feels loosest of all. This one feels the loosest though, out of all 3. Feels sturdy. This one has a tiny bit of wiggle, but this one doesn't have, and this one doesn't have. When I go like this is the loosest out of all 3. And maybe that's why, because there's a little bit of play in there. I'll go ahead and show you this one. This is the stock 14 tooth. So the 14 tooth is pretty tight as well. The one that came stock on my bike. It's not super tight. Actually, Odyssey is the tightest of all. And it's funny because this is the one that just came in a box with no bag and no oil. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I know Odyssey makes great parts, so I'm sure this is a great freewheel. This Odyssey one is a little bit narrower than the other 2. I don't know if that'll matter with chain alignment. Here's the original. The original one's closer to these 2. The Odyssey one is clearly narrower, I don't know if you can see that, but they almost rotate underneath the stock one. So it's quite a bit narrower. These ones line up pretty much perfectly. So with the Odyssey one being so stiff and a tiny, tiny bit smaller, I'm not going to go with that one. So I'm going to go with one of these two. This is the DNP and this is the ACS. So the ACS is more expensive. The DNP is looser and spins better and kind of sounds better too. So this was the cheapest out of all of them. This was like 12 or 13 bucks. And I think I'm going to go with this one, the DNP. I didn't want to buy all these and do this. What got me started on this was I wondered if I could take off this stock freewheel from my bike. I wondered if I could use an Odyssey freewheel remover, because you can get these anywhere, these four spline freewheel removers. And I think it would have worked. I probably should have tried it, but I didn't want to strip anything. So if anyone's wondering, I'm pretty sure you could use an Odyssey 4-spline freewheel remover tool on a DNP freewheel if you need to get it off there. Yeah, once you get it locked in, it's pretty solid. Unless it's really frozen on that hub, I think you'd be okay. So the reason I got all these was, first I wanted to check this, and then I thought I couldn't find very many videos on these things. So then I just thought they're cheap enough, I'll do a review, and hopefully you guys liked it. All right, I got it on there. Went right on, no problems. I put the removal tool on there and I just tightened it down just a little bit and put a little grease on there beforehand, and it looks great. So after I get my bike back together, I'll take a video of the freewheel. This is the DNP 13 tooth.